It's June 21st, JLD here, and welcome to MSTR Today. In this show, we talk about how the tickets to escape the matrix are priced in Bitcoin, how MSTR is the sun, the four types of MSTR investors. We talk about the U.S. national debt and so much more. This video is not financial advice, but please do comment below. Let me know where you're watching from this weekend, and let's dive on in. Okay, today's first post is from Michael Saylor himself, and he wants us to know that tickets to escape the matrix are priced in Bitcoin. You know that's true. I know that's true. He actually posted this in the wee hours of the morning today, June 21st. So Michael Saylor's up and at 'em, making things happen. Actually, he's out in Prague right now for the Bitcoin conference. So that probably has a reason for the timing. Jeff says, Strategy has a 4-year head start in the largest and most important land grab of all time, which is Bitcoin. They have an order of magnitude, which is 12x, more land than the next closest public company, and people are feeding the stock. This is a once-in-a-lifetime investment. Choose wisely. Jeff, I'm going to heart that. I'm actually going to say it's inevitable as well, because I truly believe that is the case. So thank you for continuing to just be awesome. And Jeff says MSTR equals the sun. You have Mercury, you have Venus, you have Earth, you have Mars. But listen, you have the sun. This is the ratio of the planets. It's not even close. Let's go, sun. Strategy came out with a pretty cool pair of socks. They say, sharpen your stride with strategy stocks. Oh, they're definitely making things happen over there. I love it. Jeff says, this is how to live a lifetime of regrets. And this is from Grizzly. MSTR is dead. Where are you rotating? And I'm actually going to just say, shake my head, SMH. Once in a lifetime opportunity, my friends. That's what MSTR is, in my opinion. Chris says, strategy filters for 4 types of investors. You have 1, the informed, 2, the transformed, 3, the uninformed, and then 4, the stupid. And that now we have, obviously, Ben Workman's the informed. The transformed is this individual. The uninformed is Jason Calacanis. Just uninformed. It's shocking how somebody who seems like they're smart about some things can be so dumb about other things. And then, of course, is just dumb, which is Chanos, the stupid, who's saying, I'm just doing what Michael Saylor's doing. I'm selling MSTR and I'm buying Bitcoin. Chanos, you're going to get your face ripped off. The Bitcoin Therapist says, a complete list of the top 100 publicly traded Bitcoin holders in the world as of June 16th. And you can see below, it's like, it's strategy and then everybody else. I mean, this is like literally why they had to completely change F1 racing a number of years ago, because it was, I believe, let me think, it was definitely Lewis Hamilton. What was his car though? I think it was Mercedes. It was Mercedes and Lewis Hamilton. They were just so far ahead of everybody else. They were winning everything that the sport just became not fun to watch. It was like a race for distant second. They had to change things up. And luckily, this isn't a sport. This is life. This is finances. This is business. So there's going to be no catching up. MSTR is winning. Period. End of story. So if I'm wrong about Lewis Hamilton and Mercedes, by the way, let me know. But if I remember, that was the driver and the car. And then, of course, you have the down all the way to 100, which is A-Bits with 17 Bitcoin. Okay. Now you have the Bitcoin Therapist. Breaking news, the U.S. national debt officially exceeds $37 trillion. It's the first time the debt ever went over $37 trillion. We're going to blink our eyes, by the way, and it's going to be $40 trillion, which will be a big number. And then we're going to blink our eyes again, and it's going to be $50 trillion. And when it's $50 trillion, I think that's going to have people sit up and be like, wow, we are out of control, period. Insane times. What does this mean? Bitcoin. Bitcoin is the way out. MSTR is the way out, in my opinion. Okay, I've got some great Michael Saylor video clips coming up, so let's dive on in.
If you're buying Bitcoin, MicroStrategy, you're just buying forever. You're never going to stop buying.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep buying. I joke. So you said, well, is 100,000 too much? And I said, look, Dave, I'll be buying it at $1 million a coin, and I'll probably be buying it at the rate of $1 billion a day at $1 million a coin, because that's what I do. Just like you're like, crap, Manhattan real estate's really expensive in 1930. It's a lot more expensive than 1830. I'm like, well, 100 years later, we'll still be buying it and we'll be paying a lot more. The only issue is, can you hold it for that time period? Because people are going to want to buy it. Like if you roll the clock back to 2007, Steve Jobs invents the iPhone. And, people thought, oh, it's a toy. By 2009, the iPhone's got an app store. And if you understood anything about software, the iOS is a new operating system, and it's going to be its own ecosystem, at least as important as the web. And it's going to spawn an entire new generation of applications, right? And the mobile wave is responsible for what, like $5 trillion, $5 to $10 trillion of wealth over the next decade. Can you imagine someone sitting around saying, oh, I get mobile device technology, and you're trying to time the market in Apple stock in 2011? Like you're buying and selling Apple stock in 2011. I'm like, you want to shake. I'm like, are you out of your mind? I'm trading Facebook stock back and forth between $8 a share and $4 a share and $12 a share. And you just want to do this. Like, do you not understand that one day every single person on the planet is going to have one of these things in their pocket, and it's going to go up by a factor of 100, and you're trying to trade Apple stock between $1.25 and $1.17 and bragging about how you bought it at $1.25 and sold it at $2.11? And have you figured out the consequences of being short the share if it goes up by $100? Like the amount, are you out of your mind? Because, by the way, I spent 30 years in the business, and I obsess over this every single freaking minute of the day. And I wrote a book on it, right? I wrote the book. I predicted the future. I made $500 million investing in these things, right? And I started, and I put a small amount of capital in. And let me tell you one thing, John, I can't time the market. I have no freaking clue.
What's MicroStrategy worth today? What's the number? 74 billion? Whatever the number was, right? Can you look up MicroStrategy market cap? I'm just curious. Okay, $73 billion today. If you're saying 0.1% today, it's going to go to 7%. That's 700x, right? So if it's 90,000 today, if I do 13 million divided by 90,000, you're expecting to 144x MicroStrategy in 21 years. If I do 144 times 73 billion, you're estimating to be a $10.5 trillion company in 21 years. Is that correct? Give or take.
Yeah, I guess with that math, yeah. Bitcoin goes from 90,000 to 13 million. So multiply 13 divided by 90,000, it gets you to a big number.
Let's be real. If you've ever tried to invest, especially as a beginner, you've probably asked yourself, how do I even find good stocks? What should I buy or sell right now? And seriously, what the hell is going on with the market today? I ask myself those same questions all the time. And that's exactly why I started using Investing Pro, the powerful new platform from investing.com that helps you make smarter investing decisions without drowning in information overload. One of my favorite features, Warren AI. It's like ChatGPT on the stock market, but with real-time data-backed answers straight from investing.com's massive financial database. Want to know why NVIDIA dropped yesterday or why now is a good time to buy Tesla? Just ask. Warren AI gives you instant, up-to-date insights you can actually act on. I recently asked it where to invest $10,000 right now, and the list of stocks that returned, fire, full of actionable ideas I hadn't even considered. Bottom line, if you want to invest smarter, faster, and with more confidence, Investing Pro with Warren AI is a game changer. Check it out now at investing-referral.com/MSTR. Online shopping has never been easier, but this ease is new enough that we remember a time when entering all our credit card info every time we purchased something online was the norm. Luckily, we don't have to do that anymore thanks to Shopify. That's right, that purple Shop Pay button that makes it seamless to purchase online is powered by Shopify. And Shopify doesn't just make it easy to buy, it makes it incredibly easy to start a business no matter your experience. Shopify is the commerce platform behind 10% of all e-commerce in the US, and they make it super easy to get up and running with beautiful, ready-to-go templates and built-in marketing and email tools. Worried about tracking inventory, payments, and analytics? No stress. Shopify helps you manage it all from a single dashboard. And back to that iconic purple Shop Pay button, it's why Shopify has the best converting checkout on the planet. If you want to see less carts being abandoned, it's time for you to head over to Shopify. Sign up for your $1 per month trial and start selling today at shopify.com/MSTR. Go to shopify.com/MSTR, shopify.com/MSTR.
Well, when I was at MIT, I was surrounded by some of the most brilliant mathematicians and engineers in the world. But what distinguished me is I was a pretty good engineer. Like, I probably wasn't like a Fields Medal mathematician, right? I wasn't like that, but I was a good engineer. But I had a liberal arts bent, and the truth is, if I could have afforded it, I would have gone to Yale and studied history as an undergraduate. I just didn't have any money. And they didn't have an ROTC program, and the government wasn't paying Air Force cadets to go study history at Yale. So my love was history, history, science fiction, imagining the future, fantasy, imagining an alternative future.
But do you say you think in pictures or words?
Images.
You think in images?
I'm a synthesist, so I generally, I'm the person that would tell you why the steam engine, and the governor of a steam engine is similar to a political process that was implemented in medieval Russia. Like I'm thinking about the mechanisms and how they function in the physical world, the political world, the economic world, the fantasy world, the magic world, the whatever world. So I would always be thinking simultaneously across that. So when I went to MIT, most of them were there to do engineering. I was actually half liberal artist, half engineer, and that was what was different about me. And of course, when I came out of MIT, I didn't want to work for someone else doing something they told me to do. I wanted to create something, and I think that when you're
that entrepreneurial bent probably goes along, at least to some degree, with that proclivity to appreciate fantasy, because, well, entrepreneurial activity is associated with trait openness.
And there you have it, another episode of MSTR today. And as you can see, I had my purchase yesterday of 0.572 shares of MSTR. I filled that at $369 at a purchase price of $210. And that's my investment every single trading day of 2025. I'll be revealing the entire portfolio tomorrow. That is Sunday, to see where we stand. So let's go. And let's hodl the line now. Where are we at when it comes to hodling the line? We are officially in single digits. And of course, you knew Bitcoin wasn't going to make it easy. It's not going to make it easy. It's going to test our resolve. We have 9 days left. Right now, we're just under 104,000 at the time of me recording this, like 103,800, I believe, is the Bitcoin price at the time of this recording. Who knows where it is when you're watching? But still giving us a decent little buffer there, down to 95,000 is actually the bottom. I know at 97's on the graphic, but the updated numbers are, if we hold above 95, we will qualify for the S&P 500. So not this Monday, but next Monday, I'll be starting a live stream at about 7:30 p.m. Eastern time. That is New York City time. For anybody that wants to just put that in your calendar. We'll be hanging out. We'll be having some fun. I'll be answering some questions. I'll be asking some questions. We'll do a live watch. It'll be a great time. And hopefully we'll be celebrating an above 95,000, 95,000 Bitcoin, because then it's going to be a fun rest of the summer, in my opinion. But of course, if it doesn't happen this quarter, it's inevitable. that it's going to happen. It's just a matter of when, and that's inevitable with a capital B. So let's keep that line going. And by the way, if you like this shirt right here, you can get this in the swag shop in my YouTube store. But my dad actually texted me the other day. He was listening to the show out on the dock. He lives on the lake, having a little evening drink. And he said, I came up with a great idea for a shirt, John. And his idea for the shirt was on the front, it just says MSTR. And then on the back, it says MSTR today, MSTR tomorrow, MSTR forever. That's my dad. He's always thinking. He's a little entrepreneur himself. So let me know what your thoughts are on that shirt. Is that an interesting shirt? How would you improve it? Is it perfect how it is? Of course, I love that it's a little nod to MSTR today. But, would love your feedback on that. And like Michael Saylor says, there is no second best.
What's the second best? There is no second best.